Okay, so we're rolling, and rolling. Okay, guys, welcome to the Pagey train. Today I have in the studio with me is Victoria Ferrara, who is a heavy metal vocalist, a model, and an actor. So welcome, Victoria.
Thanks. Hi.
Hi. So let's talk bands for a second, because being a heavy metal vocalist, you don't see a lot of women being a heavy metal vocalist. So how did you get into being a heavy metal vocalist?
Well, that was my dream when I was 15. Mm-hmm. So I discovered heavy metal and I thought it was amazing. And then I discovered women did heavy metal and I thought that was amazing. And I was like, I've got to do this. I've got to figure out how. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm going to get an all-girl band and front my band, and I can't sing heavy metal, but I'll figure that out later. So I put out this casting, and I had all these musicians apply, and they were all men. Mm-hmm.
It is a male-heavy
even though
industry,
I specifically requested women, these guys still went out of their way to apply and mention they were a guy. So I was like, yeah, all right, I'll just put together a band anyway. And that kind of started it all, and I started practicing a lot. Mm-hmm. I wasn't very good when I started, but
I think we're all like that when we do metal. Yeah.
There's a couple of vocal coaches online, and I definitely got a fair few tips. And
what was the first band? The first band was Portraits of Insanity. Is that right?
Yeah, I named that band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So did you do any shows around town, or?
Yeah, we headlined under the Blue Moon Festival, and did a couple of house gigs as well.
Okay. What was the festival like? Where was the Blue Moon Festival? What was it like?
That was very gothic. It was in Newtown. It used to be an annual festival. That was in 2006. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was my first kind of big onstage experience, and we only had a few people in the audience, but yeah. No,
I know what that's like. Well, I always do the same show, whether it's 6 people or 60 people.
Yeah.
Prefer 60. I'd love 600. That would be great.
Yeah, ideally.
Yeah. Well, what was it like? I remember the first time I went on stage. Like for you, it was 10 years ago. For me, I think it was about 20 years ago.
Okay.
So I've been a heavy metal vocalist for 20 years.
That's amazing.
So what was it like? Recruiting a band. Getting them together, write it, because then you've got to write a set.
Yeah.
Which is
a lot of work.
That is an extreme amount of work to get a set together.
Yeah, my hat goes off to every band that's doing it, because I had so many musicians pulling out, particularly drummers and bassists.
It's funny that you went to drummers first.
They're the quickest.
They're the quickest to go.
So like come and go, I found. And then just like being in sync with everyone, just being on the same page and wanting to write the same content, and just, that took at least 2 years to like really put it together. So
did you also do like all the vocal writing as well?
Yeah, I did majority. Towards the end, the guitarist was writing a few lines as well.
Yeah.
But
lead guitarists have a tendency of doing that as well.
Yeah. I think. And I liked his lyrics, so.
Yeah, fair enough. But you were also in another band called Pandemonic Incantation. Is that right?
Yeah.
What was that band like?
That was amazing. So that's actually an international band. They're based in Bangladesh, and in 2011, I did the Miss Alternative Beauty pageant, where I placed runner-up for New South Wales. Mm-hmm. And I kind of like went on stage and just did a bit of a metal solo, and they heard me, contacted me, found me, and were like, oh my God, you have to be the lead singer of our band. So yeah, no, I was definitely doing that for a while, but
it's certainly nice to be wanted.
Yes, yeah, and that was great. That was very black metal as well.
Yeah.
The full face paint and just very heavy.
So it was a full theatrics of it. Yeah. Wow, that would have been an experience.
Yeah.
So you obviously did some shows with those guys.
We got to like having a full set ready to do shows, but we didn't perform.
I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens. I think I've been in more bands that haven't performed than I have been in bands that have performed.
Yeah.
But I'm very fortunate, though. I have been in bands that have performed a lot.
That's good.
Yeah. It's one of those things, I think sometimes it's a bit of a love-hate relationship with doing bands because it's so hard. From writing to rehearsing to performing to recording.
And the money involved.
Yeah. Well, I heard a really good saying the other day. A good way to make $1 million in a band is to start as a billionaire.
That's, I like that. Yeah, that's 100% true.
'Cause I think it nails it, right? Because rehearsal costs, equipment costs. Currently, in my band, we're going through, we're doing our EP and recording costs. Holy hell, man.
Can't imagine.
Yeah, it's a money pit, but it's a fun money pit.
Okay.
Well, I think that's the thing is, like, it's a slow progression, right? Like you said, like, in your first band, you're doing, 2 years of writing to get it to stage. Because you've got to be ready. You can't just wing it up there. You've got to...
Yes.
Well, I've done a few things where I've winged it sometimes.
You definitely got to have a sort of good structure.
Yeah. And an arrangement, but you also, as well, were doing you've done some guest vocals as well. What was that? That was a band, Crackhead?
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're still going. Actually, I'm going to do a performance with those guys on the 14th of September.
Oh, wow.
That's like VIP. So if you guys want to go, privately message me and I might give you the secret location.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. So how do you end up being a guest vocalist?
Well, actually, the bassist used to be the drummer in my old band, Portraits of Insanity.
Okay.
Yeah. So they kept going, and they're doing gigs now, and they were like, "Hey, you want to jump in? Guest vocals?" I'm like, "Yes."
Jump in for a couple of songs?
I can do that. Yep. That's me there.
Yeah, wow. Is there any audio on that, Nate? Can you pull up some audio? So we'll just take a moment to see how you're going in this band. Yeah. It's a big intro.
It is a little.
A little. So where's this space? Is this just like someone's lounge room or?
Yep.
Holy hell, Victoria.
Ready, Denny.
Yeah, no, it's really good to see. Like I was saying, like it's rare to see women doing metal. It's really rare. So my hat off to you for doing it, because it's not only. Can you give us a bit of vols down on that, man? Not only is it difficult just to do that, but it's a male-centric industry, so you probably have to work twice as hard, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I feel like personally the domination in the TV and film industry is a bit harsher than the metal industry.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, when it comes to male dominating women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting that you have that contrast, because you are an actor and a model. So let's get into talking about you as a model, actually. Let's go into modelling, because now we're moving on from heavy metal into modelling. So how long have you been a model for?
Since I was 18, so almost 12 years now.
Yeah, wow, okay.
Yeah.
What drove you to get into that?
I always wanted to. Mm-hmm. Even like as a 13-year-old, I'd see newspaper classifieds and be like, oh, I really want to be a model, or like do TV commercials. And my friend was a catwalk model, and she was telling me about it. She's like, yeah, no, 100% you can do it. I'm like, no, I can't. She's like, you can do like commercials and photographic modeling. And I was like, yeah, all right, so I'll give it a go. And I got an agent, got a portfolio, and started doing some modelling work. Yeah,
wow. Okay. So what would you say the coolest shoot that you've done? Like where you've walked away and gone, well, perhaps there's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Because then you just recently got back from Queensland. Were you
Yeah.
doing a shoot? You were doing a model shoot up there.
Yep.
Yeah. What was that all about? Oh, can you talk about that?
Yeah,
you can.
that one was specifically a lingerie shoot. That's one of the photos from it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Keep trying to get better. But it's actually for my 2020 calendar. So I release a calendar every year, and it will be my 5th calendar.
Okay.
So I want to put some really good content in there. And
Well, where do you, so obviously you can purchase the calendar.
yeah, not yet.
Not yet?
But I'll release it in October.
Okay, and people can just go to your Facebook page
Yep.
to purchase that. Right.
Yeah,
so
just
make sure.
contact me directly. I like to keep it personal.
Yeah, great. I think that's something that gets lost sometimes.
Yeah.
Is keeping it personal. Sometimes it does get difficult when your audience gets larger.
Yeah.
But I'm very much the same. I like to try and keep it as personal as I can, and to have that finger on the pulse, because that's where it really is. Well, give us another one. What's another cool shoot you've done recently?
I like to do a lot of like cemetery shoots and like special effects, zombies.
Well, so so you'd say that there's a link between doing heavy metal and doing dark metal and being a gothic sort of model.
Yeah, definitely. Like the goth lifestyle was the first thing that started for me. Then the heavy metal, then the modelling, then the acting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's the zombie shoot.
There's the zombie shoot.
Yeah. So not that one. That one.
That one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So, did acting come before modelling, or
No, modelling came first.
modelling came first, and you
Yeah.
sort of got bridged into that? Or tell us that story.
Yeah, so I wasn't getting recognised enough. That's how I felt. And I was like, I can't be an actress, but maybe I could be an extra. So I thought I'll just start doing background extra work. And I saw Star Now, so I jumped on that. And
Love Star Now.
just applying for anything. And just more so extra work, though.
Yeah.
And I saw this feature film looking for extras unpaid. I'm like, okay. And I got it, and little did I know it was Housos versus Authority.
Okay.
And I did like a week of extras work on that. And I just thanked Paul Fenech at the end of the filming just for having me on set and just how grateful I was for the experience. And it wasn't long before he found me and was like, hey, do you want to come audition for season 2?
Yeah, wow.
And that was definitely a big game changer for my whole life and career. And yeah.
Yeah, because they're the guys that did Fat Pizza, right? So they migrated from Fat Pizza and then started doing Housos.
Yeah.
What was it like working with Paul?
He's a genius. He does a lot of the work behind the scenes as well. It's like sometimes he jumps behind the camera. He writes the scripts. He acts in them, and he's definitely like just a brilliant genius. I don't know how else to describe him. Like he's a very smart man.
Yeah, and a hoot to work with by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, really great guy as well. Just a natural comedian as well.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, look. It certainly that show certainly makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Being someone as well who grew up in Western Sydney, you see those. I guess you call them Western Sydney isms.
Yeah, and you always recognise one of those characters. You know your Shazza and your Dazza and your Kev and.
Yeah, there's always someone in that show that you go. Yeah, I grew up with a guy like that.
Yeah.
I know a person like that. Oh,
Yeah.
they're exactly like a friend of mine. Because there was I've always interested in what's his name, Jabba.
Yeah,
What's it like working with Jabba?
he's
Because he looks like a
awesome.
funny dude.
Yeah, he is. He's a gentle heart as well. He's a big giant. Yeah, gentle giant. But he's really nice. Great guy.
But you've done some other things outside of Housos as well.
Yeah.
You've recently done Atomic Kingdom with I always get last names wrong. James Pinata.
I think that's right.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got him coming up soon on in October, I think.
Okay, great.
But yeah, I met James at Television Sydney doing, I think it was his first Atomic Kingdom.
Okay.
Yeah, because what is he up to now? Like
Season 2.
This is season 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. I don't know if they've still got the same assistant director. Did you work with Casey? No, she was season 1.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's can you? Well, I know you can't talk too much about it because it's really fresh. But what's Atomic Kingdom about?
From what's already been released, it's pretty much about 5 superheroes trying to rise up the kingdom, and it's very sci-fi. Yeah, and I can't say too much about my character either, but you'll see me in the first episode of season 2.
Yeah, okay. And where can you check out Atomic Kingdom?
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah.
YouTube is the go, people. Get on YouTube. But yeah, back to you. Actually,
I was an extra on Atomic Kingdom as well in a couple of episodes.
Okay.
I was a drained soldier. So if you see someone really tiny, that's me.
Yeah. I remember when we were off camera before, I'm like, I think you're the shortest guest that we've ever had.
4'9". Yeah.
I'm used to it. Everyone in my family is about the same height.
Okay.
And I'm just the only tall one.
Right.
Yeah, so every time there's a photograph, I'm just like lurch in the background, you know.
Oh, cool.
But back to modelling though. I was when I was doing research for the episode, I came across this clip from Channel 10, and they were like goth girl, and tell us about that experience.
That actually,
Can you pull that up for us now?
That was right before Housos, and I was an extra as well, but I got upgraded.
Can you get it? Yeah, just talk us through this. So they've got you as goth girl. This is in Sydney, yeah?
Yep. At King's Cross Hotel.
And yeah, so is this a television show or?
Yeah, this was the Shire.
Oh, the Shire.
Yeah.
Okay.
It got axed. This whole scene actually went for 2 episodes and got squished into the one.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that happens, you know. It certainly happens.
But so they meet me on the street and they give me this full makeover and they're like, oh my gosh, she's a Grim Reaper. So they're like, we're gonna put you in pink, we're gonna spray tan you, we're gonna make you a glam girl. And yeah, there's a lot of like behind the scenes footage on the DVD and
okay.
Yeah.
So the DVD's obviously out there ready to get. Where can you get the DVD from? Let's get the plug in there.
I'm guessing JB Hi-Fi.
JB Hi-Fi.
Yeah.
So check it out, guys. But I don't know. But you like the Grim Reaper thing, though, don't you?
Yeah, that's 100% me.
That's a big part of your personality.
Yeah.
For sure. But I suppose this is a bit of a crossover because then you're doing TV and you're doing film. You also worked on a feature film recently. What was the name of that feature film?
Tabernacle 101.
Tabernacle 101.
So psychological thriller.
You need to see if you can pull that. Oh, he's already onto it. Good on you, Nate. No bowls. So psychological thriller. Can you? Is this a recent release?
Officially being released on the 30th of August in Hollywood.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and then there's like this whole screening schedule after that as well. So like 10 cinema screenings. If you're in Hollywood, hit me up. I'll get you a ticket.
So you're going over to?
I won't be on this occasion.
Ah, damn. That'd be a bummer.
Yeah, but there's definitely an entire schedule for where this film's going to go. It hasn't been released yet, but I'll be at future screenings.
Yeah, okay. And it's obviously coming over.
Carpet screenings.
They're bringing it over to Oz, or?
Yeah, it will be. Yeah. All
right. So obviously, just check out your Facebook for when that's coming out after the end of August, guys. So what's this film about? If you can tell us a little bit about it.
It's about an atheist who wants to conduct a death experiment and opens a portal to something he shouldn't.
Oh, okay. So, all right. That sounds pretty cool.
And he gets a bit stuck and he starts fighting a lot of bad things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So What? I think, have we covered all of your films so far? What else? You've been doing some web series as well.
Yes.
So let's check out that, Nate. I think, what was the name of it? It was called Lunchtime Quickie. What's the Lunchtime Quickie web series about?
Exactly what you're hearing.
Is it as it sounds?
Yeah.
Have you got it up there, Nate? Let's just see.
It's a midday movie for sure.
So what's your role in Lunchtime Quickie?
I play Sarah, and I'm the best mate of this girl who's seeing this guy who's kind of up to no good, and I kind of try and sabotage him, but it ends up backfiring, and I just make an absolute idiot of myself. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Oh, there you are there.
Yes.
So is this year or last year or?
Just released about a month ago. Yeah, there's 4 episodes on YouTube.
Is there anything that you
watch.
aren't doing, Victoria? You seem to be involved in everything. That's
Here,
amazing.
there, everywhere. Yeah.
Well, I think you've got to be, right?
Yeah.
In this day and age, you can't just specialise in one thing. And I think, I just think you're a really inspirational person to be a vocalist, a model and an actor. To be tackling all of that must take up all of your time.
It does.
So how do you manage your time? What is the secret?
I use the calendar app on my phone. No, I make sure I'm very organised and scheduled. I have to be. And I just make sure I do what I love to do. Because I could do everything. I do a lot of work for Woolworths as well. I host hens parties. I sometimes jump in a minion suit. I was doing that for about 2 years and doing character suit work. And I think it's really important to just focus on what you love doing and do that.
Because you must be driven to do it, because, like, I don't know, there's those moments where, like when you're making a film or you're doing a song, where you have this moment where you're like, this is freaking awesome. I love what I'm doing. But there's sometimes where you start questioning yourself, like, this is really hard. Why am I doing this? Why don't I just pick a normal life? But then the other big question comes out for me is, like, what is normal? What does that even mean?
Yeah.
Like, football and barbecues, is that what normal is? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't use an app. I'm like really old fashioned.
Okay. So you write everything down in a diary or?
Yeah, I have a big calendar. I have a big calendar and I write.
That's old school.
I write it. Yeah, but because we have so much in our calendar. Big shout out to Misty. Misty is my partner and producer and my confidant. She is we organise so many things through Made in the West, doing films, doing documentaries, doing commercials, doing a podcast, running a band, we actually draw up our own calendars. We don't buy a calendar. But speaking of calendars, how big is your calendar? I might buy your calendar. Are they big boxes?
My calendar.
Yeah.
It's A4.
A4.
A4
okay.
double wall calendar. So it's about
Yeah, right. I think I'd need 2 of them. I'd need 2 because I think my
people buy 2 because the first one gets sticky, as they explained to me. But yeah,
I can't imagine why. Jeez. Yeah,
that's just the comments I've heard. Yeah.
Well, they're good comments to get. It's you certainly do present well. That's a really polite way to put that.
Yeah, cool.
No, I love what you do. I think it's really cool. Like, because I met you at Western Sydney Film Hangouts.
Yes.
Because I think you, as I was going through your Instagram today, I saw that you were at Made in the West last year. And yeah, I think we met. I think it was this year. Was it this year? Or was it last year?
Yeah, I think we officially met this year.
Yeah, and. Yeah, since we connected online, I'm like, wow, Victoria's just doing everything. She is either travelling to do a model shoot, she's either travelling to do a role somewhere, You're constantly behind the scenes, like
Yeah.
like you're either at a network, a production company, or at a modelling agency.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in between all that, then you go, oh, I'm also guest appearing as a vocalist in this band. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And somehow I can fit in 6 days at the gym. I don't know.
Oh, you got to go to the gym now.
Yes.
What's your workout? What's your sync off for your workout? Are you an aerobic sort of person or an anaerobic sort of person?
Weights.
Weights?
Yeah.
So you're an
Compound
anaerobic?
weights.
Compound weights. Man, props. Yeah.
Just smash out heavy weights and then I'm done.
Well, I find it. I work out a lot. So speaking of schedules, right? I work out a lot of what I'm doing when I'm in the gym.
Yeah.
Like in a conscious and subconscious kind of way. Like I start organising things when I'm lifting.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you do similar things like that, or?
No, I turn my phone off. My gym time is focus on the gym.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
listen to music while you do the gym, or?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely got my heavy metal, death metal, 180 beats per minute at least.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I'm more of a. What's your band lately for doing workouts?
Thy Art Is Murder. Love
wow.
those guys. Blacktown based.
Yeah, man, straight out of Western Sydney.
Yeah.
If you guys are listening, I'd love to have you on the show.
Yes.
Please come and you're flying the flag for us, man, and come on to the Pagey train. We'll chat. But my one at the moment is Fear Factory.
Yes. Good days.
Yeah.
Love Fear Factory.
Oh, but I like Fear Factory because of the, they've got a story. They've got this really cool story, this sci-fi story, and I really dig that. Like, I think, sci-fi metal. How could you go wrong?
Yes. Yeah.
So how many times you go into the gym a week? 5, 6?
Yeah, 5 to 6 times a week.
Yeah, wow. Because I only managed to get there 3 times a week, if I'm lucky. Probably twice.
I got a curfew. It's got to be done by midday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
my own self-discipline.
Yeah. Well, there's the key word, right?
Yeah.
Discipline. You got to be disciplined, right? If you don't have discipline and organisation, you can't get it done.
Yeah.
It's just not possible. Don't get me wrong. You got to let your hair down.
Yeah.
You got to have fun.
Absolutely. Have fun working. No. I'm such a workaholic, but I definitely enjoy what I do. So.
Yeah, obviously. But yeah, I find the gym is a really big release for me.
Yeah, likewise.
And you get that. It's not just about your physical improvement; it's about your I find it's a mental improvement as well. It keeps you sharp.
Yeah.
And you push yourself to do things that are difficult. Like there's sometimes when you don't get me wrong. When I'm lifting some weights. I'm like, I just have this instinct where I just want to lift the whole gym,
Yeah.
I just want to lift everything.
Yeah.
There's sometimes that you prefer not. You're like, oh, this is going to, before you go in and do a session, you're like, this is going to be hard. And there's part of your brain that goes, we could just go to the pub or something, Ross.
Yeah.
We can just go hang out. But as you're doing it, I find it enjoyable, and after the fact, that's when.
Oh yeah, that's when the rewards reap in.
Yeah. Yeah, but I find that component of working out, if you remove that, the rest of it falls apart. I really find that. But yeah, certainly looking at your last shoot, you were bloody fit, mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you write up a program for your training, or? No,
I had a bodybuilder write up a program for me. So I guess I'm cheating a little.
Oh no!
I can't say it's my own work, but no, it's like I've always been involved with fitness, and it's something like I've always just been generally fit, but not to the level that I'm at now. And I started doing influencer work on Instagram and Facebook, and came across this fitness program, and I didn't realize the woman was a bodybuilder. And she's like, if you promote my fitness program, I'll give you the program for free. And it was like meals, macronutrients, exercise. Yeah,
because being a model, right, you got to keep in shape as well, because you got the professional element of it as well. Me, I don't know. I just when I see myself on stage and I know I've had a few too many beers that week, and I see my little tubby stomach, and when you see the photo, you're like, oh, I should have done some ab work this week.
Yeah. Head down, counted macronutrients, really was persistent and stuck to the program, and the results just showed really quickly.
Yeah, okay. I haven't got the meal side of it worked out.
That's the really hard part.
That's the hardest part, I think. Like the workout, you can write a good program and do what you like doing. Because I do about a 2-hour session usually. So I'll do like a weights and climbing circuit and then go in the pool. My latest one though for the pool is I do like a 25 metre swim underwater.
Okay.
And by the time you're getting close to that line of 25 metres, your body's just going, will you just take some air, bro? But I find it's, and then you pump out the rest of the lap as well. So do a sprint lap. And that's the warm down. And when I take mates to go and work out, they go, "You're an insane person, Ross.
That's pretty incredible."
Yeah, you're insane. But I guess that's why I wanted to get you on the show, because I'm a bit of a bitzer. Get involved with everything. Get into a band, get into festivals, get into film. The only thing I don't do is acting though, and that's where I really tip my hat. Yeah, I've been an extra in my own films.
Yeah.
But I think there was one where I was with it was a film for Jonathan Chapman, and no, it might have been Natalie. Big shout out to Natalie. And I was a drunk guy answering a door to go on a date. That's the biggest role I've ever done. Where I just ring a doorbell and go, "Oh, you're fucking hot, eh?" And then she slams the door. She slams the door in my face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the best pickup line.
No. Well, I think that was the idea.
Yeah.
Well, I had a half bottle of rum with me as well. She's like, "Oh, I brought some rum," and she's like, "It's half drunk," and I'm like, "Yeah, well, I was at the bus stop and I couldn't help myself."
Yeah.
And then she slams the door in my face. That's the biggest role I did. Well, you got some other projects coming up.
Yeah.
Is there any that you can talk about? Because I know that every time we get an actor on or a director on, they can talk about half the things, they can't talk about all the other things. So what can you talk about that's coming up for roles as an actor?
Okay. So we're in the middle of filming season 2 of Nameless, and there's, I think, 4 episodes released at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that online? Okay,
Yeah.
Nate, can you pull up Nameless for us? He's already onto it.
I can.
That's
Which
the
episode
one.
would you like?
I'll just roll an episode.
Yeah, that's my head.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what's Nameless about? Can you say?
Yeah, it's about like 4 mercenaries, and there's a secret vault, and
I was waiting for you to say no. It's a rom-com.
and I'm kind of in like a partnership and a bit of like an underground crime thing.
Sort of syndicate thing. And so you're like a hitman in this one, or hit woman?
Yeah. Definitely. I'll take out the trash if I have to.
Yeah. Victoria, here to take out the trash. Yeah. Craig Walker. Where do I know Craig Walker?
He's been everywhere too.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Is he a Western Sydney boy?
No, Inner West.
Oh, Inner West is all right. We'll get you out here, mate. We'll get you out here on the show if you want to be in. So that's Nameless. Have you got any other projects that are coming up?
Flick on Your TV in November, and that's about all I'll say for that one.
Can you say what channel? No, can't.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Don't want people to go hunting. But, yeah.
Well, what do you think that is like? Because you know what it's like, right? You have to have a little bit of secrecy about what you're doing before it's released, because you don't want to have too many tippets out there.
Yeah.
What's that all about? Why does that happen?
It's the contract, I guess. We definitely can't talk about certain things, and I think it's, you don't want to steal the thunder from the director and the creator of the show. So I totally respect that they want that privacy and to have that moment, and be like, hey guys. So yeah.
So it's about stealing thunder and not sort of taking the rug out from underneath someone.
Yeah.
Is that what it's about? Yeah, I don't know.
You got your different opinion?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. That's why I've asked. You know, like, I think you'd be right. I guess that you're right.
Yeah.
Because when I've done productions before, you go, yeah, you can't talk about this element because you know, when you're directing something, you go, well, I've got a marketing plan for that, and if you go and talk about it, it's going to stuff up my marketing plan.
Yeah, that's very true.
You know, so I think that's what it's about. But I'm not entirely sure. I think. But in this day and age, maybe I guess the question I'm asking, not just you, but the world, I guess, is that we live in this space where everything's fragmented. You know, here we are on a podcast talking about having your fingers in all these different pies as a model, as an actor, as a musician. And you know, you've got Instagram, Facebook. There's all of these different channels. I don't know. Perhaps orchestrating leaks is good sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe are we too scared? Is the question. You know, are we too scared to let things out and steal thunder? Because if something's got some weight to it, people are going to like it anyway, right?
Yeah.
You know.
But then, do people lose interest as time continues? As well?
Dilution.
Yes.
Yeah. Do they dilute?
So I think if you were to start advertising something from like script to filming, to by the time it got released, it's like, you know how much time can go, like a year, 2 years, 3 years, you know.
Yeah.
And then the interest isn't there anymore, and it's like, oh, really? It's out now. Been waiting a while. Like, you know. And I think that's the other thing. I think for the audience, they take for granted just how much work goes into creating a film. And it's a lot of work.
Oh, mate, they do, don't they? They do take it for granted. But I don't blame them, though, because if you think about it.
They don't know.
Yeah, they don't understand the mechanics. You know, the material handling of doing it, the performance of doing it, the artistic flair that it takes to do it, the courage and the mental state that it takes to do it, and then the public, you know, the public campaign to get it out there.
Yeah.
Your advertising strategy. There's a lot of education and experience that goes into doing these things.
And post-production. I mean, sound and like, what do you call it? Color grading.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm the worst color grader on the planet. I can tell you that. Do not get me to color grade for you. I will do your Foley. I will do your Foley. I will do your ADR. Okay. But don't get me to color grade. There's other people out there who can do that for you. Cool.
Well, there you go. That just goes to show how hard it is.
Oh, it's really difficult. Yeah. Well, a color grader in film, right? This is what I heard the other day, is that they're on like $1,000 an hour for Hollywood films. Color graders are $1,000 an hour.
Wow.
And it takes a long time to color grade something.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like they're doing it in, that's like $8,000 a day for a color grader.
That's insane.
For a
full day.
Top-notch color grader, it's $8,000 a day. Because you have to have a very special eye. Like, they use their gauges, use your vectorscope and, do all this sort of thing. But you really need to have a flair for it. You need to have a very special eye. Certainly colorblind. That would be weird. Yeah. Colorblind color grader. If you're out there, let me know. I'd be interested to see.
Yeah.
Because it would be possible to color grade colorblind. It is possible.
That's true.
Yeah, because you've got your instruments in front of you and you read them. I think society, though, because they're surrounded by images, man. Audiences are surrounded by images all the time.
Yeah.
Whether it's logos, whether it's commercials, movies, film, web series. They just go, sometimes I talk to clients when I'm doing like bands and they go, I can just get a mate to shoot it on my phone. You're like, it's not the same thing, man. If I bring 3 cameras to a shoot and I get, do a 3-camera shoot for your band, it's going to be better than someone in the audience with a phone.
Yeah.
But with that said, for the short posts it works. But if you want like a production quality, you need people that know what they're doing. And there's a lot of back end to that, a lot of experience that comes with it. So I think people are spoiled. They're a little bit spoiled, and I forgive them for it.
Yeah,
you have to. But you've got You also do like events as well, right? Like you do hosting.
Yep. I host Hens parties in my spare time, whenever that is. And I also host meet and greets. So I get the honour of like either judging cosplay events or being an MC. My upcoming next event will be the Melbourne show. If you are like in Melbourne.
Well, that's the Melbourne Royal Show?
Yeah, the Royal Melbourne Show from the 21st of September till the 1st of October. I'll be there every day, so if you are there, hit me up.
Yeah. Don't forget to go.
And I'll come say hi.
Yeah, keep it personal. Always keep it personal.
Absolutely. No, I'm not scared to have one-on-one meetings with my fans, and I mean, a lot of people are like, oh my God, your comments, and they make it so dramatic, and really I don't think it's anything that worrying. I think for the most part a lot of people are keyboard warriors, and you know, just feel free to speak their mind, and when push comes to shove and they're in front of me,
different story,
they're very
right?
shy.
Different story.
They don't say much, and they respect me, and
it's come up on the show a few times, the trolls that are out there, you know. People are very brave in what they say online.
Yes.
And I call them hijackers. So they just because your post is doing well, and they just want to have a voice. And I think that's the problem. They feel unheard, right? And they see your post doing well, so they just hijack it with an incendiary sort of comment. I'm like, it really bugs you, because there's a line, right? Because you don't want to you don't want to remove criticism, because criticism's important. Like you want constructive criticism, you know. But trolls take it too far. They're not actually criticising you. They're insulting you. Yeah. But you'd get that a lot, being a model, right? Like that would be bloody hard. Like being a white dude.
Yeah.
I get glimpses of it here and there.
Okay.
But when I look at women online, they certainly do cop a lot, especially models, right?
Yeah, I think I don't know. Personally, I'm not going to take much recognition to it because it's untrue. I would have to believe an insult to be hurt by it. Yeah. So I think that's where my line is.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. Like, if it ain't real, then why am I bothered by it?
It's just a statement.
It's just a statement, and they're just trying to hijack your shit.
That's it.
Yeah. They just bug me though, Victoria. They get under my skin sometimes. I don't get it out there, but sometimes when I walk away from, like, oh man, why couldn't you just be more constructive? Come and hang out with us. We'll rub off on you, like, because we're doing really cool things around the city, right? You know, come hang out, come to our shows, come to our festivals, come to our screenings, man. Like, we're doing really cool things, and you can be a part of it. It's like, it's so accessible, you know, and they're using that power of accessibility in a really nasty and horrible way. I just don't get it. Like I understand it, but I don't get it. You know what I mean? But you've got some other really cool things coming up as well. You're doing the Golden Steampunk.
Yes.
What's that? What's the Golden Steampunk all about?
Pretty much just enjoying steampunk and its history, and particularly in Goulburn as well. Goulburn itself has a lot of history, so it's just a great way to check out any kind of vintage steampunk stalls. And if you're into cosplay, you can enter a competition there. And
so you do a lot of cosplay events, like as well. Like, that would be really cool, because they're like, every time I've been to a cosplay event, like, they're really kooky and cool people. Like, they love what they do.
Yeah, I can't say I dress up, but I'm me, so I'm just in my gothic attire, and I guess I'm dressed up.
Yeah. Oh, I think the coolest ones, though, are the ones that just go as themselves, all right?
Yeah.
You know? But don't get me wrong, like, it's cool to dress up and do things, but if you're just going as you and they go, oh, it's really good that you put this outfit together, you go, oh, no, I'm just here. This is what I wear. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
And I'll be sharing a stall with Jeff Thompson, who's the author of Unholy Blood. And that first book is out now. I say first book because the second book is in the works.
Yeah, okay. Nate, you're already straight on it. Man, he's like lightning, this guy. So, Unholy Blood. So, is this a book about you, or like, what's the book about? Are you just doing the cover, or?
Yeah, just a cover model, but it's about a vampire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, very much a vampire book. And
so you were saying it was. Sorry, I missed that. Is it on sale yet, or?
yes,
Okay.
now available for purchase, either online or at Goulburn, Steampunk.
We'll get down to the Steampunk event in Goulburn. Totally go check that out. I find that towns are doing that, where they have an event to draw people to their town.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see the cross-section of what different towns are doing. I think the most obvious one to go to is Parks, when they do the Elvis event.
Yeah.
That started out as, like, a couple of Elvis impersonators in a cafe. And that event is, like, worth $9 million or something like that now.
Wow, that's a huge event now, yeah.
Yeah,
everybody goes. International visitors, Yeah,
it's actually bigger than events in Vegas.
Amazing.
Which is amazing
the
for
hometown.
for Parks, where, don't get me wrong, they, I know they helped out the astronauts. If that's true, do you believe that's true, Nate? The astronauts?
Hashtag space is fake.
Well, that'll be on another episode. We'll bring that up later. But yeah, for a town that had the dish, and now they've got these Elvis impersonators going there, I just think that's amazing. So, totally go and check it out in Goulburn, guys. When is the event coming up again? So that's September?
I believe that's October. Mid-October.
Okay, so
But
mid-October.
I'll be posting more about it soon on my Facebook page.
Check out Victoria online. You will find her on Facebook and Instagram. But I think we've come to an end, Victoria. I think we've come to an end.
I think so.
I think we've made it. Look, I just got to thank you from the bottom of my heart being on the show. I think you're an absolute inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
You're an inspiration to vocalists, models, and actors alike. And, you're doing a really good job. And I think you should just keep on going, mate, because, you're tops.
Thanks for inviting me. It's been an absolute pleasure.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
It. Thanks, guys.
So check out Victoria on Instagram and check her out on Facebook. What's your Instagram handle?
Miss Victoria Ferrara.
Ferrara.